Today I'll be showing you the Disneyland Vault Collection Opening Day Attraction Pins. These were released in 3 waves, starting in July of 2025, and then Wave 2 was in August, and Wave 3 was in September. These are $22.95 each, and they are exclusive to Disneyland. So these are a limited edition of 4,000, which that's a decent edition size, so some of these will still be available at Disneyland. So this is a 14-pin collection, and the pin designs feature an opening day attraction, and then down in the corner there is a Disney character. So I have all 14 pins here to show you, so let's get right to it and take a look at the pins. All right, so I'm going to start with the Wave 1 pins, and I have this first one on the backer card so you can see what the backer card looks like. It says Disneyland Vault Collection Opening Day Attraction, and we have this red ribbon here that says 70th. This is the Disneyland 70th celebration logo, and it is a limited edition pin. And then these are $22.99 each. And look, 2 pin posts. Yes. So let's get this one off the backer card. And the first pin in this wave is Autopia. So all of the pins have the same design. It has the Disneyland Resort logo up here on this little scroll. And then this bottom one has the name of the attraction. So this one is Autopia. And then we have 1955, because Disneyland opened on July 17th, 1955. And then back in this little crest here, we have a picture of the attraction or attraction vehicles. So in this one, we have the Autopia cars driving down the road. And then we have Goofy down here in the corner. And these are all pin on pin. So you can see the Disneyland logo, and then actually the attraction itself is on the bottom pin. And then the top pin is the name of the attraction, the character, and the frame. And these are gold tone finish. So we see on the back, we do have the Disneyland 70th celebration logo, and it is a 2025 pin. And then it does say limited edition 4,000. And of course, 2 pin posts. That's the most important thing. 2 pin posts. I love that. So now when I put these on a pin board, they're not gonna sway like this every time you touch the pin board. They're gonna stick right on and be straight. Well, if you put them on straight. If you put them on crooked, they're gonna stay crooked. Hey, that's the way it works. So the next one, we have the Jungle Cruise. So again, all the same pin design. So the crest and the Disneyland scroll up top. This one says Jungle Cruise. And then our character on this one is Dale. And I really like the Jungle Cruise part of this pin. I really like the sandblasted element of the water. We have the boat and 2 hippos with the jungle in the background. Now we have King Arthur Carousel, and we have Minnie Mouse joining us on this one. As we have the carousel here, we have the carousel horses, and actually the background, kind of the sky color in the background of the carousel is the same sandblasted effect, just like the water on the Jungle Cruise. And this is the last one in Wave 1. Wave 1 only had 4 pins, and so this one here is the Disneyland Railroad with Donald Duck as the train conductor. This one's really cool too. We have that sandblasted element for the sky, and then we have a train right here. So those were the 4 pins of Wave 1. These ones came out in July of 2025. So now we'll move on to Wave 2, which was 5 pins in this wave. And the first one we'll look at here is the Main Street Cinema. So Disneyland Resort on the top, Main Street Cinema on the bottom, and this one has Mickey Mouse. And we have the Main Street Cinema back here, and they're showing Steamboat Willie. I like the brick in the back there. And now we have the Mad Tea Party. So we have Alice joining us, of course, and we have 3 teacups, and then the teacup booth in the back there. And we can see the sky. Next in this wave is the main entrance. Kind of a weird one. I don't really view this as an attraction. It's more like an icon, but hey, it works. Actually, I really love this pin because I like the that Main Street train station. So we have that in the background, and then we are joined by Tinkerbell, and this is pretty cool. Tinkerbell's wings are way out here off the side of the pen. And you can see the little Mickey floral design down in the grass area there. So now we have the Mark Twain Steamboat. At least that's what it was called back when it opened up. I think now people just call it the Mark Twain or the Mark Twain Riverboat. And this one we have Daisy. And you can see the Mark Twain back here with the stacks up there, the sky, and a little bit of Tom Sawyer Island trees there. And the last one for Wave 2 is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And this one looks like we are outside of the attraction building, and we have one of the attraction vehicles, Mr. Toad's car, and we have Mr. Toad down here in the corner. So those were the pins of Wave 2, which came out in August of 2025. So Wave 3 is a 5-pin collection, and it starts with Peter Pan's Flight. I love this one. I love how the pirate ship is flying above Neverland, and then the sky is that sandblasted effect. Looks really nice. And then we have Peter Pan down here in the corner. Next up, we have Snow White and Her Adventures. So that's what it was called when it opened up. And in this one, we have the ride vehicle back here, and we have the old hag with the poison apple, and we have Snow White down in the corner. And in the 80s, this changed to Snow White Scary Adventure. And then just about, 4 or 5 years ago, it changed to Snow White's Enchanted Wish. So this one's gone through a few changes over the last 70 years. So next up, we have Canal Boats of the World, and this one features the boat going into Monstro's mouth, and we have Pinocchio with us on this. So the Canal Boats of the World was an opening day attraction, and the idea was for it to be a boat ride where you see the landmarks of the world, but it wasn't ready to go, and they ended up closing it down after 2 months. And they changed the concept of it and added the grass, the plants, and all the little villages and castles from Disney stories. And then they changed the entire area to be Storybook Land. And they opened it back up only a year later in June of 1956. And it was called Storybook Land Canal Boats. And that's what it's called today. So now we have Casey Jr.'s Circus Train. In this one, we have Casey Jr. back here. We have the sky, that's the sandblasted sky, and we have the green behind the train. And then we have Chip with us for this ride. And then the last pin for Wave 3 and this entire collection is Dumbo the Flying Elephant. And on this one, we have a couple of the Dumbo attraction vehicles. And you can see the sky in the background and some clouds. And we're joined by Timothy Mouse. So those were the 5 pins of Wave 3, which came out in September of 2025. So those were the Disneyland Vault Collection opening day attraction pins. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite here. I know it's really hard to pick a favorite with collections this size. There's so many good pins. I think I got it down to a couple. I think my favorite is Peter Pan. I just love the pirate ship flying through the air, and it's flying over Neverland, and you have Peter Pan down in the corner. So I like that one. And then I also really like the Jungle Cruise one because I like that sandblasted water. I like how that looks with the sky and the trees, and then you got the boat and the hippos. So I just like the way that one looks. So those are probably my 2 favorite here. And I did end up putting them on this pin board. So I tried to fit them on one of these little 8x8 pin boards that I have here in the background, but that really only holds 12 pins this size. So this one was 2 pins too many. So I had this pin board sitting down here for something else, and I never got around to using it. So I used it for this, and I arranged it like this. I had a gap somewhere, so I decided to just put the gap in the middle, and I'm thinking maybe I can find another pin and put it in the middle, like a classic Disneyland looking pin, and just put that in the middle, or maybe just leave it like that. That'll work too. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.